So, thanks for your company this morning, folks. Thanks for getting in touch on 0497102000, or perhaps you gave us a tinkle on 97525678. Tex gave us a ring again after calling us up to renew his subscription for 6 years. Good on you, Tex. And we played Tapping Yabble by Trash and the Treasures, who renewed their subscription to songs from under the floorboards. It is, apparently, according as Tex informed us, International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Ahar.
Welcome to Eastern Newsbeat. Tricia Ziemer reporting. I'm here with Phil from 3MDR. Welcome, Phil. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning, Tricia. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us in the studio this morning.
Now, you've been on air this morning promoting your shockingly good Radiothon.
It is shocking. Well, I don't know if we're shocking radio perhaps this morning, but it is 3MDR's Shockingly Good Radiothon coming up. It's our once-a-year fundraiser.
Now, how long have you been involved with 3MDR?
Oh, I got involved in 2007. So if we could do the math, that's about 16 years, I think, is why they invented calculators. But yes, about 16 years ago, I got involved with, I just stumbled into it, literally.
And you've had several roles over those years.
I have started off as a presenter. They gave me a little bit of training, 6 hours, and then they gave me the key. My first time slot was 4 a.m. on a Wednesday, which suited me fine. That was and then I went off to work. And then I got promoted to Monday breakfast after the Monday crew got jobs and things and couldn't use the time slot anymore. And I've been on breakfast radio ever since, really, on various days throughout the week.
So you're just an early bird, naturally.
Well, no, not really. Not after a late night, especially. I do hit the snooze button. Occasionally, the program does start late by a few minutes and things. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good way to start the day.
We won't tell.
Yeah, thanks, Tricia. Yeah, it's a good way to start the day. And now I've got the whole day ahead of me.
Can you tell me a little bit about the history of 3MDR?
Well, it was born out of the bushfire disaster of Ash Wednesday. You know, we do live in a bushfire-prone area up here in the Dandenong Ranges, and after that disastrous event, quite a few people lost their lives, some townships, were decimated, but some community members got together after that, and they thought we didn't have any communication whatsoever. So they got together and applied for a broadcasting licence, and 3MDR was born and set up as an emergency broadcaster back in the day. So I think it got its full licence in 1985.
Now, you've been roaming the hills at a few different places.
Mm-hmm. We get out and about. We like to get out and about, and part of our fundraising efforts this year for the Shockingly Good Radiothon is to purchase and upgrade the outside broadcast equipment. One of the things with mobile technologies and the Dandenong Ranges can be a little bit hit and miss as to whether you pick up a signal or not, which proves difficult to get signals from community events through to the studio. So we're looking to invest in some new gizmos. They come with price tags of several $1,000s. So that's why we're hoping that the listeners can get behind us again this year. And we've had supporters that have been with us since day one and the like, and we appreciate every dollar that comes our way. It helps us keep the lights on, pay the bills, licence fees, staffing costs and things. We're very lucky to have two beautiful dedicated staff, part-time, overworked, underpaid, and they help keep the wheels in motion.
Fabulous. Now, you were in Emerald, but you've moved to this historical building here.
Emerald was a temporary accommodation for 19 or so years. And the station's had a few locations. It's been in Cockatoo. It was in somebody's backyard, in a bus at one point in Emerald. Then it moved into Belgrave. It had a couple of locations there. And then something hit the fan and there was an emergency relocation back to Emerald. And volunteers fitted out a little bit of tiny space there. And it was supposed to last for 6 months, I believe. And 19, 20 or so years later, we find ourselves in this beautiful homestead in Upwey South, Forest Park Homestead, which is built in the 1870s, and it was owned by the Griffiths brothers tea merchants once upon a time. I think they did quite well out of the tea business back in the day. And then they sold it, and I think the family that took it over in the 1940s or 50s, middle of last century, then bequeathed it to the school as part of to be used as an education facility. So Upway South Primary School were using it all the way up until the end of 2017 as part of their education facilities.
But now you win.
Yes, yeah. Well, it came at the 11th hour because they were redeveloping the Mechanics Hall in Emerald, where 3MDR had its temporary accommodation. They demolished that building, and Forest Park Homestead came 3MDR's way at the 11th hour. So we must thank our good friends at Upway South Primary School next door, and in particular Principal Damien Kitch, who was most enthusiastic about having a radio station. And the kids jump over the fence on a Friday afternoon and enjoy a little bit of community broadcasting.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Nice. Thank you for inviting us on the program, Tricia.
And this is your chance to keep this beautiful hub going. Subscribe to 3MDR. Just hop on the website.
That's right, the Webster's back, 97.1 FM. You got me on Red to Blue. If you're a first time listener, Red to Blue is a program that basically plays international and Australian blues, both new and old, and also supporting some of the young ones coming up. The show's been going now for 38 years, and I hate to admit this, but I've been all that time running the panel, and it feels like yesterday, really. But good news is, shocking good radio. Our Radiothon starts on Monday, the 18th of September, and goes to the 15th of October. But you know what? It's about time you guys start digging in your pockets right now and get on board and get in early. Let the Webster start the show off by saying you need to support 3MDR, you need to be part of the 3MDR family, and you need to be part of public access radio by showing your support, putting it in your pockets, put your money where your ears are, and start the ball rolling. Ring up or go to 3mdr.com and subscribe. Be part of the family, be part of the tribe.
Welcome back to Eastern Newsbeat. Tricia Ziemer reporting. I'm here at 3MDR Radio, and I'm here with Greg. Welcome, Greg.
Well, thank you. Thank you for taking your time out to interview me today.
Now, you're one of the original founding members of 3MDR.
Absolutely am. As you know, 3MDR comes out of the ashes of Ash Wednesday, and just had a conversation in the street one day with one of the people thinking about forming a radio station, and I said, well, that's a good idea, I'd like to jump on board. And he said, well, we're having our first meeting at the Cockatoo Kindergarten, which my wife survived in the Cockatoo Kindergarten after the fires, or during the fires I should say, with my two kids. And so I was very emotional when they said they wanted to get a radio station to get information to the local people if this ever happened again. So I went to the first meeting, the rest is all history. I've been here 38 years.
Fabulous. And why are you so passionate about 3MDR?
Well, I guess one was the information, informing people about dangers and stuff like that from the bushfire point of view, but also through the fact that they wanted to entertain, inform and educate people about their community as well. So that got me excited. And being a person that loves music, they said, no, we'll let you bring up some music to play as well. So when they said that, I thought all I had to do was bring my record collection up. Not that that meant I had to go on air. So my first time here was absolutely crazy. I was so nervous. But that was what it was all about, being community. And Cockatoo at the time, when it got burnt out, was a real community. And most of those people had to leave because they'd lost their homes. So it was a nice way to, reinvigorate the community by having a station and getting people involved. And
Thank you so much for your time. I know you're about to go live to air, so I'll let you get to it.
okay, thanks very much for your time.